Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Wait, do I have my mic on? Yeah, so far so good. Welcome back, everybody. My name is NutRaisin. We are playing more PLO 50. I just had some software difficulties there for a moment. Second, then we shall be all set up. Yep, that's looking mighty fine. Here we go. 4 tables. Potentially a RunItOnce stream only, because we currently have around 50 entries at PLO 50. That is quite nice to see. And midnight tonight, the 60% rakeback for all players promotion is gonna kick off. So from midnight today until midnight next Wednesday, I believe. Till midnight on Tuesday, I guess. So once until Wednesday, next Wednesday starts, we will be getting 9% more rakeback instead of the usual 51%. We're getting 60% rakeback with a twist as well, because 30%, so half of our rakeback, 30% rakeback are gonna hit our accounts directly once the promotion is over within 5 days. The other 30% rakeback are gonna go towards the splash pods as usual. So slightly lowered frequency, like almost half as low, I would say. That we're gonna see some huge splashes, but we get more consistent rakeback, and it looks like from the reactions on their Discord and on Twitter as well that people like this model, and we'll see how it shakes out and if it drives traffic to the site as well. I think it might. It was something that was on my mind when I started playing on RunItOnce. The fact that I read, like, 51% rakeback. I was like, yay! In form of splash pods, I was like, just pay it directly into my account. Since then, however, I did change my opinion to 180 because I love the splash pods now. Not saying that because I love, I'm biased towards RunItOnce, obviously, but just because I genuinely love them, the splash pods, that is. But a two-pronged approach where you get half of your rakeback as straight up 30% in this case directly into your account, and the splash pods on top, just have them be a little bit less likely than before. I don't mind at all. Especially since it means we're getting more rakeback. So I would have to redo the math, but with streamer level 2, on top of the 6% rakeback and the reload bonus that is currently active still, I'm getting really close to 100% rakeback. Should be well over 90 now, which is of course completely insane. I think with somebody help me do the math. With streamer level 2 and assuming the 50% rakeback, 51% rakeback that was normal until now, I think I stood at 87.5% rakeback, which is completely nuts. So yeah, on that note, if you ever thought about streaming and you are able to play on RunItOnce, might be a good point in time to try. Streamer level 2 is not that difficult to reach. Yeah, it might be easy for me to say since I do this full time. But streamer level 1 definitely isn't it? That is still a huge chunk of rakeback right there. Cloud and Chi-Ching and Gloryman all back in the channel with the good lucks, the good evenings. Thank you very much. Yeah, RunItOnce stream only. Unless we get like a super juicy table on that other side. But yeah, otherwise we're gonna stick to the super juicy tables that we mostly see on RunItOnce. You know what? Since we moved up 2 weeks ago, the tables have been great, pretty much consistently. Before that, we often had stretches where they were not so much. Try playing here more. I just deposited 600. Awesome. In terms of course, that gives you the whole deposit bonus right there. Cool, Gloryman. Cloud, it does. They themselves are not opposed to it, though. They need their regulators to approve of it. And while they, of course, have approved that for other sites that the same regulators, well, regulate, they have not done so on RunItOnce yet. It seems like it's a little bit like Animal Farm, where, you know, some animals are more equal than others, because different rules seem to apply for different licensees. Yes, is the word. Hey, wow. Just the nuts, huh? Nice down a little bit, where I would love for him to come along. He gave me $10 free that I cannot use. How did that work, Cloud? I'm curious. How did they give you $10 free that you cannot use? Flash makes players play nuts. Yeah, we see that time and time again. In fact, on the first stream today, we've seen some rather questionable plays. Not just from me, but from people in Splashpots. Moreover. And to quote count, 3. 3 is the number of tables we're sitting at. By the way, count is an awesome name. I mean, Glorman, you should be able to find some tables here and there if you mainly play No Limit and you play up to NL25. Let me actually check out the No Limit situation right now. Only No Limit 4 going, but earlier we saw No Limit 20, I believe, going for quite a while. Gutter, Flush Draw, Blocker to their nuts. Actually, I don't mind betting this. Tough for him to have a hand he wants to call with here, since we block a lot of things he could call with. And just as I say that, he comes over the top. Fair enough. Yeah. Wow, Chiching, you always put me in a spot where it's tough for me to find the appropriate response, just because you're being so very nice. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was... It's easy for me to, you know, really overuse superlatives? Like, what's it in English? To go to extreme, to, you know, use too many words to describe how that week has been, but to put it simply, it has been just amazing. Thank you very much for saying that. Aww. More cheating in the future. I timed out here. I thought I clicked that button already. Right, so top 2 vector flush draw for a pot size, an almost pot size. I think we're just going with this one. Shutting out draws, hopefully, which we should do a lot. We're never drawn completely dead, and in fact, we're taking it down. I'm gonna give you a proper shout out too, Chi-Ching, but I'll rather wait until more people are here. You deserve all the exposure you can get too. Truly like your stream a lot. Turn. If he checks again, we are bombing a lot of rivers. Anything that's non-club? Yeah, something like that is awesome. Two pair gonna have a tough time calling here. I mean, we've been proven wrong by two pair just clicking the button and calling. It's tough to fault them for that when I'm bluffing. Down. And incidentally, the first session, well, it didn't end on a downer. But it was a little bit sad that we were up quite nicely all day and only, quote-unquote, finished up a little more than one buy-in. But yeah, wasn't really sad about it. It was just... would have been a nicer ending a couple of minutes before that. But we got the money in well, in the end, in those pots that we lost, and that's really all anyone can ask for when playing PLO. Or any form of poker, really. Yeah, PLO 20 has been... well, yeah, didn't have a lot of tables going. Not only since we left PLO 20, but even the 1 or 2 weeks before that were tough going sometimes to get enough round ones tables, and I don't think we could. We mostly had to resort to the other side. Definitely taking one off for this price. Yeah, we have the open-ender. 3 would give us the nuts, 8 not so much. King would also be nice. W1 we end up folding now if he bets. Yep. We work a minimum 40 hours a week. Wow, yeah, minimum is... that's a lot of hours, even at just 40. If it's the minimum, then oof. So tomorrow I will either take the whole day off or just the afternoon, because I need to do my taxes for last year, which is going to be done quickly, but I also put some studying time in. But I will also use some time to make some custom shoutout commands, and you're on top of that list, Chiching. Just came to mind because I saw you writing there that you're a micro MTT grinder. Gonna show up in that command. How bad are the PLO players at PLO 50? Well, enough of them seem to be worse than I am, because so far I've been profitable. I think we had 2 losing days since we moved up 2 weeks ago. Neither of them major. I think one losing day was being down $30. The other one was a bit more. I don't remember. It might have been like 4 binds or something. I think the other one stung a little bit. But still, especially in terms of binds, wasn't horrible. You're gonna get caught in a loop, Chiching, one of these days. You're too nice. No, you're too nice. And we both gonna mean it too. It's gonna be hilarious. Double gutter, backdoor flush draw. Bunch of blockers. There's that. No clubs though, so in the end, we're gonna check here. Would love to see a turn. Checking probably the superior option, but seen by now that I am in it and do take the more aggressive route, which seems to cancel each other out at least. But here, I'm not checking. Which is, you know what, I don't have any showdown value. That hand we could have gotten out for sure. Which we didn't know he had, so that's all good, but... you know, now that I decided to bet the turn, I can just go for broke on the river. Quite literally sometimes. So I didn't like either of those plays. Not necessarily. If I do bet the turn, then I to bet the river there, because it's a perfect spot to bluff, having absolutely no showdown value. Cash for 2 years. That's a lot of experience right there playing live cash. So you're gonna move over to... I assume you played a lot on the playground. You're close to Montreal. Are you moving action to the casino now because they increased their rake? Or no, they got rid of the free food, I believe, at the playground, right? Alright. Not a bad one, having the nut flush draw on top. Not many 10s left for him to have. Alt stall. See what happens on a turn. Okay, we get it done here. That is quite nice. Behind. Let's check it once more. Top pair, sometimes. Not enough. Ooh, not against the top setty though. Let me start a PLO 20 table, sure. Fair warning, you will have kippery at your tables too. Good attention from great people, that's cool. Happy to hear it. Well, vicious fight. Where we arm ourselves with good intentions and positive thoughts. Really? I think no, huh? Let's see. So, starting in PLO 20 table, you say. What did he decide to bet here on the turn? So, PLO 20 table is up, Glory Man. Queen, Jack, 7s. We did have that king. King and gutter didn't bet it. There were clubs on the board. Did he have a club? No. Probably explains it. Here, got on the flush draw. Alright. Be the flush for us. Here we have a wrap and a pair. For thin value, hopefully. Hey, go for the nuts here. Also 2 pairs, so we have full house outs. Twice, really? How often do we get raised here as a bluff? What do you think? Done here. Line didn't make too much sense, checking behind there on the turn. And then raising? Cool stuff. Oh, 60% direct back starting in 1.5 hours. And here to stay for the next 7 days. Poker and NutRaisin. Oh. Very nice of you. Very nice to hear. Yeah, and for you, for your format, playing no limit tournaments, I understand these are all great choices to study, watch and study. Watch and learn, I guess. I do watch Jamie Staples videos on YouTube relatively often. A few of them, I guess, once a week. Oh yeah, really sorry. Dinner made me a little bit tired. What's happening? Is anything happening? Well, there's a little bit of a pot happening here. Under the gun opener. Putting in on PLO 20. Right on. The two of us being there now. I did check out Kippery's stream earlier. Doesn't look like he is playing PLO 50, which is, well, quite frankly. No, he is sitting at PLO 50. That's son of a gun. So he's next to Manuel and Jack. Do we have a Manuel and a Jack somewhere? Hey, PLO 20 is starting. No, I don't. At least on that one table that I just saw Kipri play on. Not one we are sitting at. He takes it down with better pocket pair. Got checked all the way around here. Bet at any point. Manuel and the Douglas at this table. That Kippery. Don't see any of them. See if he's on more tables. Nah, just the one. Okay, cool. Right, so PLO 20 has started. Actually, we're down to heads up really quickly. On the PLO 20 table that I'm having open to help the Gloryman table start. Wait, here. We have double suited kings. Get the squeeze, and we shall do so. Also can call here. Might even be able to raise sometimes. Ugh, that's a horrible board. Flush draw, I have a pair on that board. Aces on PLO 20. Happening here, we do end up making a flush. I kinda like it. Taking it down here. Like, well, now we're splitting it, that's fine. Yeah. Nothing, no? Well, not nothing. We had a straight. Where's the high? Where is the high? Where'd you pull the high from, mate? Oh, there it is. Take this one down. But nice that we had, of course, the pair from the board, the aces. The got it to nuts and the nut flush draw on that turn. From the cutoff, let's let it go. Like two decent-ish. Well, it's two hold'em hands. Not really two decent hold'em hands. To play them. What a board. Wow. Really? Out with that bet. So should the PLO 20 table fill up, I'm gonna ditch it at some point. Not entirely sure. I think this might actually be a squeeze. I looked a similar hand up earlier. That's what it came down to. I am allowed to squeeze here. You know, allowed. Top pair, double gutter, backdoor flush draw. Doesn't sound bad. I just have to scroll up here. Hey, that's quite nice. Maybe not gonna bet. It's the story we're telling. Nice! Didn't have an ace there, and we take it down here as well. And the one PLO 20 table. Pokebrow, see a chill stream? Yeah, he's good for that. This is a very nice chill stream. So, Gloryman, this is me. I'm sitting... Curtis sitting to my right there. But I think you already figured it out by now. Starting at the second session off well. Chipping up a little bit. Should be up around half a buy-in currently. Lost a pot here and there. We are up, but not as much. Like $10 if I'm correct here. Hey, on the PLO 20 table we get aces. The high was from you. Well, got kind of ruined by the fact that everybody was saying hi then, including me. Not ruined, but you know. But if the first high was from you, then this is apparently friend of the channel, a mod of the channel. Friend of the channel. That's underselling it at this point. It's the Glory Man. You are left here having position on us, huh? With the gutter and the flush draw, we're not folding. 5k hands on Zoom and lost a lot. Zoom is just so uber nitty. Nah. You had nothing there. I had a feeling I should have gone for a river bluff just because he checked, which didn't make a lot of sense. But sometimes it might also be a trap, so I'm not heartbroken not having done it. So I think the hardest part of PLO for me to learn was you need to fold much more. Even if you need to fold like full houses occasionally and stuff like that. And much more often sets and straights and stuff. And it's not too long ago where I still was very much in the habit of calling down real pot-sized bets when I really shouldn't have. I'm still sometimes overcalling, I think, but not way less than I was before. As in Reed a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, the big parts going on. Well, we have this one, a multi-way spot. Don't think a lot of money is going in on a board like this, though. Wow. Taking this board 3 ways to the river? Interesting. And it's the same problem I had before, where everything is working except the Twitch upload is has been reduced to zero, so I can still play poker and everything. My web works, everything is peachy, just my connection to the Twitch has been temporarily interrupted here. And Gloryman, love for Pummels to overpair good there. I didn't see, I have to say, unless it was the hand versus me where I had the aces in the end and you bluffed the turn. Then, yeah, against my specific hand it was. Say that much. Saturday, yeah. That's probably a fun spot to try then. So the stream should be back now. It raised here from the short stack from Gloryman, I believe. And it's being a check a lot, especially since we're holding a jack. Hope it'll hold. Me too! Me too, Chiching. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade to a business connection in the next couple of days, and when this happens again, I'm just gonna be getting on the nerves on their business customer hotline. Should be more effective than calling the regular hotline. This is awesome because it actually gives us the straight, and I would suspect the nuts. Because we're not... Well, sometimes we're up against a queen jack that has no diamonds here and wants to see a turn for cheap, which is fine. Fine way of playing it. Now we're gonna pot it though. Seeing the stack sizes in play, SPR a little bit more than 1. It was really... QBQ, welcome back. I thought so too, right? It is really tough compared to regular tables. We're sitting on one PLO 20 table to help table start for the Gloryman. Ask us to, in case you guys are wondering. All the other 4 tables are PLO 50, of course. Alright. Ah, gets there with the flush draw. And so you basically only have the flush draw there, your straight draw is almost never good. But you didn't really get the prize. I mean, you took the pot down, that's all good. Spoilers! Oh, good Gloryman. Just note that you did not get the prize. Nuclear Smirnoff, welcome back in the channel, Nuclear. I am indeed QBQ. Oh, that's a rather decent turn, I would say. Yeah, make a straight on a paired board with a flush possible. Think if you play. Ah! Just commented. Yeah, I didn't get the prize. Your straight is almost never good. Woot! I think. But you know me, I can be too nitty. Maybe I'm underestimating the amount of times your straight actually is good. Luke Cage 54, thank you very much for the follow, Luke Cage. Appreciate it. You know, I'm betting it's the worst possible moment when there's a straight out there, but I still take it down. Out of sync? Try refreshing. Otherwise, it really shouldn't. I don't think it has been out of sync on because of a problem on my end just yet. I think. So we have a pair from the board. We have 2 backdoor flushes if you get raised. Not terribly excited, but we're not letting it go. Giving us a gutter. Unfortunately, none of our flush draws comes in. We're up big blind, which does have some straights here, namely the 6-7. You have a bluff there? Me? I would say wait, did I take this one down? I don't think I did, right? Nope. I timed out, I haven't timed out with aces or with any hand pre-flop in a long while. Too bad. But now this table is down to heads up, let's not do any of that. Oh, you had the straight already. Well, I'm bluffing with sets, straight block, like something like a set and a straight blocker and a flush draw still, so I have some equity. I think those were the bluffs I show up with. Not many, generally speaking, against a short stack who, when the SPR is just over 1, because the shorty, that's SPR, short stack or no short stack, the other person has a very good incentive of calling, so I am bluffing there, but not too much. Now, I'm not saying any of this is GTO, I'm just saying this is how I approach the spot. That fixed it, Cloud. Awesome. For now, enjoying my time in Italy. With the flush blocker. Actually could have sized up here too. I want draws to come along. Do take it down though. You're getting lucky, punk. That's what you're getting. Literally 3 entries at PLO 50, nice. So if one more person sits down on PLO 20, I'm gonna ditch the table. Gloryman, can you help yourself? Can you help yourself with betting here? Nope. Cannot confirmed. You're too much. I'm on TV. Look, ma. No hands. Wait, that actually has a meaning in poker too. Ugh. I think now we have to... we don't have to do anything, but I want to turn it into a bluff. Fully prepared to lose another one against the Gloryman. I think that's you, right? Only a flush possible, which I'm not blocking, but of course I'm repping a full house. Nice. Get the money back, punk! I take back the punk. That is great. Also the food, yeah, oh yeah. The food, man, the Italian food. Tough to beat. At least if you, as you say, into pasta, pizza, and very nice ice cream too. Yeah, that's also a good point. That even if you're not, you might be once you're in Italy. It for sure will taste better there. Yeah, let's just call. Giving us, what does it give us? Only a gutter, I'm afraid. Which would be to nuts at least. Back our way into the nuts here. Get caught. Quite nice. That is a long-ass tank, my friend. Alright. You have nothing. Let's see if our nothing can just out-aggro his hopeful nothing? Yeah, cool. Turns out it can. Yeah, Gloryman is actually not a bad point. I didn't notice he had the straight. I thought he were drawing to the low straight when I commented initially. So if I'm bluffing sometimes there... Yeah. Yeah, if you have the low straight and the flush draw, I thought you were still drawing to the straight when I said that. Actually, and that changes it quite a bit, especially at the SBR, which was like 1.2 or something. So, yeah. I'm happy you're having a good time, Chiching. Oh, damn it. I could have come over the top here as a bluff. Still would have had some equity with a flush and the open ender myself, and I was blocking the nuts. Cloud saying, for a price, not a good call, especially diamonds. Yeah, I think what you mean is because I'm not bluffing with diamonds there a lot. B pairs now. I don't know. Checks now, I'm gonna bet. I'm gonna pot it too. King 6-5. Hey, we take it down there. King 6-5 in that pot where I bluffed you, I assume. Yeah. Yeah. Good turn, once the 10 pairs. Well, no. Actually, you bet and then but you called 5. Ah, the turn call once I come over the top. Question is, how much are you gonna like your straight? I mean, I don't have too many full houses, or on the turn. I mean, it's not a happy spot. I think on the whole I would fold, but again, this is not trying to indicate that this is a GTO play. It's just what I would do, and sometimes, and you know, I have folds in my game, so I would go with the fold there as well once I come over the top on that board. Your straight is not gonna be the happiest because, especially some of the cards like the 7 that makes you straight, actually does put more full houses out there. The 10-7 is completely reasonable to have in anybody's range. you know, like a Jack 10, 9, 7 or similar hands. So I think I'll let go on the turn. Be like a side fold where you go like, alright. Ace is here. At PLO 20. As I said, have one more player sit down. I helped table start for the Gloryman here. Take it down with the 3-bet, that is very welcome. What will we be doing? I think nothing major happened just yet. Actually, it did. We're down 20 bucks for the session. Fair enough. More aces, this time at PLO 50. Hold it to us. Hey, and somebody did sit down, so I'm gonna ditch this table, Gloryman, and best of luck. 2 more hands for us, though. Let me know if the table is on the verge of collapsing down the road, Glory, and I can rejoin. Take a note on do to your left there. Oh, I would take a note. With open folding range. It seems totally random. Well, it is based on their pre-flop stats. So once you mouse over, you can see like the guy gritting his teeth is loose aggro. What else do we have? A lot of loose aggros right now. So here the guy that's asleep is very tight. I am 2 here on this table. And so it doubles as a HUD. Get it all in versus a hand that flops the nuts right now. And yeah, can't draw out. Good for this guy. Ah, fair enough. Nice answer. Hey, aces and kings though. That's a nice consolation prize. Get something going with it. It's PLO 10. It's PLO 20. We might have gotten away with lip raising here. Yeah, Ching, it was one of the things when I read about them not allowing HUDs that definitely had me concerned, because HUDs essentially, for the most part, allow me to figure out the table dynamics, and it turns out the dynamic avatar is doing a fine enough job at that. I was worried I would not be able to multi-table very efficiently there, and yeah, that was unfounded. Got a pot it here. Here, nice spot is coming up. Extra money in the middle, and we have ace ace jack 10. 2 straights possible now. Also 2 flush draws though. I'm just gonna pot it just with a lot of optimism there. Oh. Rainbow board over an ender. Just auto aggro everybody. Get it in here. This is most likely not the best decision. But with the open ender. Alright, here we're gonna pot it once more. That's us. That is us. Shazam. Get Carl, please tell me we're good. We are good! The perfect hand there. I played this one very loose. So we got the PLO 20 buy-in back. And we got a PLO 50 buy-in back. So that puts us in profit for the session, I believe. It does indeed. Definitely my weak spot. I overcall in the small blind way too much. Spots where I should be raising a... We'll dedicate a study session just to that spot. And it's funny because I'm aware of it and I still yet to keep doing it. So, what do we have here? We have all the flush draws. So let's take one off. That's a good one to take off, I think. I folded 7-6-5-4 single suited to your 4-bet. Yeah, that's a good fold. Double suited, things get a little bit more interesting. Get a call here, which is frankly amazing. Wonder what with? Probably the straight, right? Yeah. Aces with an... wait, what? Oh, with an ace queen, and so you had... You had the nut straight there. Did you have diamonds? Nope, not a single one. It's a... call I wouldn't necessarily do a lot. I'll check this one out in a moment if it's kosher. Just the gutter. It's a shorty. Well, somewhat short. Let's see, am I supposed to fold this to a bet? I don't think I'm folding that many suited aces on the button. Button. Ace 10, 9, 5, right? Right. Yep. Perfect. A perfect race call indeed. And no question about it. Not even close. Chi-Ching, see you soon. Huge shout out to Chi-Ching, who is, for one thing, a very kind person, and that shows on her Twitch channel as well. But she's also playing, she's from a live cash game background, and she's playing tournaments on her channel. No Limit tournaments. Do check her out. Show her some love if you want. She certainly deserves it. Only met her like 3-4 weeks ago, and very, very quickly she became a good friend of the channel. Which means a good friend of mine. So it looks like the table is starting to work. There are now 6 entries at PLO 20. It is from the heart, Chi-Ching. Let's stack it another buy. Yes! And now you go crush that PLO 20 table glory. Let us know how your progress is. Let's go on short stacking patrol, see if we have any on our tables. We certainly do. It depends on who wins. No, actually doesn't, because he... Ooh, that's gonna be... Oh. Hey, you know. Good for this guy. That was a tough beat for the queens, especially on the turn. She was spotted up. 2 outs was all. Jerry with a Y at the left. With a Y? Sure, with a V. Well, whatever. Speaking of which, you know where the victory sign comes from? It's from the English longbowmen. When they, as far as I know, I don't think it's like an internet hoax or myth or anything. When they came back from battles, or from, you know, they were drafted to the army. They came back showing that they had both fingers, they could still draw their longbow, and the reason is that if they got captured, then the opposing armies usually would cut off one of these fingers, so they can't be used as longbowmen anymore. Yeah, there's your useless fact of today. Ooh, that is a pity, that was actually, that wasn't my plan. Never mind. With the dangler with the deuce in there. Bound to be an exciting pot now, gets cold called, right? Yeah. I flipped the middle set on a board where this is not an easy... easy to navigate depending on what happens. Hey, it's gonna be a little bit easier once we turn the full house. Watch what ends up happening here. Aces against the what now? Oh, against the rep. The rep takes it down, I believe. So, we get to put more money in here. Botzek shouldn't call. He should either fold or come over the top. Opts to fold. Disciplined, as I wouldn't have expected that. Good for him. Not being sarcastic either. Here we take it down with a small raise. Off the top pair. Wait, why did I raise this? I mean, I guess it's not horrible. I kind of clicked that button on autopilot. There are a bunch of draws here. I think we have to take this one. Pity that we didn't block in the nut flush draw. Alright. She's been in an ugly scenario a lot where she has a set there. No! Oh, come on! Don't do me like that! Give me an ace now, I deserve it. 6 high flush draw and kings. Wow, gets to 6 on that turn. Ugh. Worthy of a note there. A small bet we're calling here. Now that unfortunately shuts us right out. Oh, lucky for April. Hand down here. 9, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm not sure if she thought her kings were good there. A little bit baffling on a 3-bet pot. You overpair, the low flush draw is not the most enticing prospect. I guess on the other hand, putting it in saves you making any difficult decisions down the road there. Flipper Ross, hey, good to see you back. How's life been treating you? Nice to see you back on the channel. It raised here, that's not a disaster. Ooh. Alright. Backdoor flush draw as well, that part is nice. We do block spades, which is also pretty sweet. Nuts for us, and I'm just gonna pot it here. Oh. Don't need to. You don't need to shut him out. Wouldn't mind if he comes along. Yeah, especially in a round like this. Better tank it for a moment. By the sell, of course, that we have a decision. Love to get called, obviously. Would like it less if we get raised. That means we're splitting a lot. I don't think it's likely. He would have done that on the turn. We get called. We get most of the buy-in back. Nice. Putting us back in profitable. Now we're deep against April. There might be some fun spots coming up. Nice. What did this gentleman have? I guess the low straight then, or lower straight. Jacks and wait, what? Oh, he had Jack 6-6, so he had excellent blockers. And on the river he had a set of sixes. He had the bottom set. In his shoes, I probably would have come over the top on the well. I was gonna say I would have come over the top on the turn, but probably not with the flush draw. You're still getting a lot of calls. And on the river, he can't come over the top because, you know, I'm never folding there, and he can't utilize his blockers on the river in position once I bet. So you can probably value bet calls, knight. Probably value bet this dude a little bit wider. Set. We bet. I think we're on the button, right? Yeah. I would prefer not to fold here on this table. Not only do I have the open ender, I also have excellent future blockers. Not worried about blockers over here, where I have king, jack, jack. Just gonna be a re-raise against the button open. Against another gun open, it would just be a call. Not blocking aces. And kings get 3-bet way less often against early positions. Pretty much never. There's nobody bet though. I think I'm going with this. Give it a shot at least. Alright. Hey, I have aces up here. How did that happen? I didn't even notice, to be honest. Take it down here, which is awesome. Whoa, he bets large. Alright. Not convinced, but fair enough. Not blocking any... Not blocking the nuts at least. Oof. Alright, I'm curious. Yeah, fair enough. What? Apparently I was the spot at the table. 4 aces, let's try again. And a very, very sweet hand on table 3 in a moment. Perfectly double-suited, non-gapped queen-high rundown down here. 3 and 4 betting with this one. Aces, not particularly exciting this board just yet. Do have a gutter to the nuts. So here we get raised and we're super deep. We're going for a 4-bet this time around. He comes over the top again, we're not folding. Here, hey, we take it down, nice! What's our note? Collide with bottom set. Reduce. That's pretty cool. Go check out quickly. If he has a set, then so be it. Yeah, fair enough. Once I decide to call the turn and I get that river, I'm never folding, of course, and good for him. Unfortunate though that we're not deep against April. Well, might get deep really quickly again. I check raised us earlier with... Oh, she was the one that check raised us. She does it here, then we're gladly going all in. We have an open ender. We block the nuts. And now we have the second nuts. Only behind quads, of course, which she never has here. Wow, for getting 3-bet, I think I like this flop. No reason to bet. Wait, that's the other one? That deuce is excellent. Bet here now. I'm gonna tank a while and then probably just call. Here we're gonna pot it moment. Ace rolls off. I have an ace myself. So, you know, we're now we're now dead to... Hey, we get called, that's awesome. Get down a small one here. We get raised, things get truly funky. No, okay, we're good. Wonder what he called with. Must have been the straight then? Yeah, King 10-8. And I think we made back the money that we just lost there. Just a top full house. Yeah. Breaking even for the session so far. Not suited to the ace, we're not calling this, I think. I mean, we are in position for... And... Alright. Check this one out in a moment. Well, that's rather lucky though. Can't deny that, for now at least. That's pot, I suspect the money is going in. Two-pot grabs. Having a jack. And of course have top 2 right now. That's gonna be tougher to win. Unfortunately, we do split it. Lucky break for you, my lady. Coming on top with the ace queen 5 single suited is gonna get you a note. That cut off. And she was in smart line. I'll check out my call there if it was out of line. I'm not folding here. Got lucky once more. Well, I don't know. I thought it was suited to the ace. Excuse me. In that case... I mean, the bet fold still isn't horrible. As a matter of fact, it's probably preferable. Back my way into the nuts here. Just gonna call. We good? Blocker play. No. No good indeed. So let's check out my call. Ace Queen Jack 9, not suited to the ace. We opened in the cutoff. Is indeed a raise fold normally. And her hand, I think that is 10-5. I don't think the solver will re-raise that. Let's check it out. Small blind versus cutoff. What's the situation from her perspective here on this table? And she had the ace queen 10-5. Yeah! Far removed. anything that raises. Nice. More nut boats in the last 5 minutes than I did my last 5 heads. Awesome, I hope you're getting paid off, my friend. Yeah, I hope they're paying you off. Make trips here and I'm gonna raise it if he bets. He, she, whatever. Yep, gonna pot the river. That was fun. Oh, sitting on some... We're sitting on more than the starting stack on all tables. More than 2 binds deep on table 3 here. And at least 70 deep on all the others. That's euros, not 70 binds. Castana would be probably dancing naked. Likely covered in oil. And also likely way too many details. Yeah, we're not bluffing her. I think she has demonstrated why. Whoa, what's happening? Okay, mix up for the house. Yeah, alright, fair enough. What's happening here? Yeah, from the small blind we're not just calling. The last one was Stephen ran into a straight flush. I mean, you know, personally, when I have the nut flush, even on the river I bet and I get raised, I'm never folding. If there's not a full house out there as well. But straight flushes, I know they happen more often in PLO than in, for example, No Limit. But on the whole, we didn't really run into many of them so far. Like less than half a dozen for sure, I feel. And that's over, what, 250, 300,000 hands in February? One hell of a game. You can, yeah. I'll quote you on that. It truly is. Here we're not falling to a race, here we have aces. Two pair, gutter. Interesting. Open ender, and the over pair, rainbow board. Going with it. Checking. And this one go. Oh, yeah. Take this one down. Was it nice? Yeah, one hell of a game. You said it, my friend. That it is. There are not just a few people out there in the poker forums that think PLO players are crazy. There are almost no edges in this game. And, you know, I haven't completely, and I'm not being entirely sarcastic, I haven't completely ruled out the possibility that they're wrong and I'm just on a heater. Certainly had sessions short stacking that made me doubt my life choices. I'm not kidding there either, at all. But short stacking was just a beast when it came to variance. So if you're looking to add some scars to your soul, I highly recommend it. Here with the gutter, that's full pot. Well, almost full pot. Alright. He leads the flop, which is his right. I make the second nuts on the turn. Not cost quickly. Check behind. You're deep enough that he can go for the blocker play, which is what I would do in his spot. You know, I have to. I'll be a putty cat about it. My internet shining through. You had the nut straight, huh? With a club blocker. That was a quick call, wow. Gotta take a note on that. Also on the quickness of the call. Top 2. Top 2, I think if we're up against aces, it's GG, right? We do block, and at this point I'm not checking, I'm not saving anything. Gives us a gutter ourselves. We have full house outs. And we by no means need to be behind, especially us holding a king here. Aces, yeah. GG confirmed. Too bad, was a decent pot. Putting us a little bit in the hole for this session. And roughly around break even for the day. Karen now finds the bet here where we have 2 pair. Cool, we'll be taking that one down though. Can we get to maybe money back, but aces ourselves. Table 4 we took it down. Okay, queen queen on, yeah, you're not saving any money there. That board. If he has quads or a straight flush, GG. Long and the short of it. Team binds below first 4k hands this month. That is quite nasty for 4,000 hands. Below 20 dead again. Never mind, you lost enough. Ugh. Sad to hear both of that, Gloryman. Sorry to hear it, man. Red bluffing with a few straights on board. William called with bottom set. I had that earlier too. That time I luckily had a hand that beat him, but yeah, that's not fun to see at all. Turn nice up here, blind versus blind. Took a note on this guy, did he? What is the line he took there with top set where he just called? Probably bluffing too much. I mean, on the straight board, if you have reasonable blockers and you bluff there, you get called by bottom set. That doesn't make it a bad bluff in that case. That's just tough shit, I guess, as my host mom would say. Yeah, that sounds fine. But generally speaking, toning it down probably gonna help your game, your results. It's not the king. It's 2 6s, so I'll take that. Also not shy about leading out here, and it's tough for me to fill up, and I don't have any diamonds. Yeah, keep on, my friend. Down to 3 ways here, but not on Karen. What was happening with her? Alright, yeah, I don't think we mind playing against Karen. Take it down here. Have a nice end here, and you know, we took it all. We took some lines down pre-flop on 2 tables. I'm not gonna complain. What? I heard it. I cannot unhear it. Valeriate. Possibly that's a way to pronounce that name. I hope it's not too horrible. And what definitely isn't is that you followed. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. In case you're new to the channel, I do this 6 days a week currently. Soon only 5, because I need to actually dedicate a day to studying. But I do it full time, is what I'm trying to say. So thanks for checking out the channel and following. Button, we're definitely coming over the top. If he comes over the top again, we're letting it go, I believe, is the move here. I will. That's what the solver perspective would be. Blocking anything from the board. Fairly deep. Let's stop at checking. Check out his hand. Button is a deal here. We're blocking rates a little bit. We got it ourselves. King. That one actually gets re-raised. Being a suited. Pre-flop. I would have folded it because that's what I said when I looked it up. Before I looked it up. Alright. Decent bluffing spot also, but no. The board where we can call this bet sizing. Any bet sizing, really. Tough shit. Yeah, as my host mom used to say. Life is tough, you gotta be tougher. So, now we heads up here, and that is not up my alley. So let's not do any of that. Button open in the big blind with a pair suit, we're calling. That's the 3-better, I think, to support. Mind c-betting. Check and give it up. Yeah, seeing that we have no showdown value, we do block the 8. That is straight. Wouldn't be surprised if you get called, wouldn't be surprised if you get a fold. The longest tank. Please just fold. No. Well, then our nothing is definitely not good enough with a pair of jacks. Wow. Liking that, lady. I said, he said. Thank you. Likewise. Valeriate, hey! Welcome to the channel and to the chat. If you have any questions about, you know, me, RunItOnce, or anything really, then let me know, put it in the chat. Always happy to answer. If you have any advice or questions about hands I played, also very welcome. So 2 tables that are 3-handed. Not great. One of them, I opened up another table because I was looking for a table that might be a little bit more, a little fuller. Yes. Yeah. Down. Wait on. Right. Not the board. Have a wrap here. And that would be the nuts for us. Without a diamond, I'm gonna size up here quite a lot. Down. Here we now beat all the aces. Take it on there. There's some unfortunate developments here in the last couple of minutes, putting us, I think, smack at break even for the day. So for the session we're down, what? A little more than a buy-in? Oh well. Ain't over until that fat lady sings. So the 60% rakeback days should kick off, will kick off in 20 minutes. From then on, we will get 16s instead of the usual 51% rakeback, and with a twist this time, 30% are, so half of the rakeback, 30% of the 60% are going to be paid into our account directly once the promotion is over. And the other 30% go towards splash pots as always. Top to bottom set, and the flush here. Things are getting interesting all over the place. Have a set here. Okay. Certainly gonna bet here once more. He bets, I'm calling. If he bets again, I'm blocking the straights as hard as anybody can. Nice! Luckily we run into the blocker play here. And he... I think we're letting this one go. Hey, they're playing a decent one. They're saying play Omaha high-low. Want to learn Omaha, so enjoy your stream. That is very nice of you, and that truly means a lot to me. Thank you very much for saying that. Yeah, I still have plenty of holes in my own game. But some things I have down, and other, you know, often enough I look stuff up, so there might be some educational content here as well. Even though I cannot claim that I play all the spots perfectly or even close to that. With the backdoor flush draw and the pair. Two pair outs are good here quite often still. Take one off. Giving us... that's an interesting one. It gives us a gutter on top of the pair, and now the nut flush draw. That's pot. Ugh. I don't think we can let it go. Not too much point in bluffing here. I mean, yeah, we have no showdown value, but which would make it a good spot to bluff. But the SPR is low, so we're getting called by a lot of hands that, yeah, just gonna call. And the straights are not really believable. The wheel is, but definitely not the nut straight. I mean, come over the top here. Don't like the small bet sizing. Retrospective. Yeah, I'm not gonna fold unless he bets pot. I came over the top pre, which is fine. Alright. Like we're good here a lot, so we are. And gives us a open-ended straight flush draw actually. Ah, this guy's really short. That makes a difference. Notice that. Alright, we're just gonna check here. We're gonna come over the top though. We have a double gutter, we have a pair, backdoor flush draw. Bets here. Quite confusing after the turn check. Take it down here, which is everything indeed. Maybe not so confusing. Still, well, we block straights. We have a good price. I fold here a lot. That being said, maybe we want to call this time, see what's up. Let's do that for such a good price. We're good. Nice. Nice. Hang on, back in just a second. So you play Omaha High-Low. I would be an absolute fish in Omaha High-Low. The only times I played it was in the past when I played on iPoker years and years ago. I played a little bit of PLO back then, not very well. And they didn't have a filter for high-low and normal and PLO high. So I sometimes wound up playing high-low for a couple of hands before I noticed. I was like, wait. Why am I losing this part, or why am I only getting half of this part? And had a few confusing moments due to that. Ooh, this is probably not good. Against the cutoff we can maybe even come over the top. If not, we're folding here a lot. Either way, let's check it out. We are in the small blind versus the cutoff. Now things get a little bit interesting. Would love to see a turn for cheap. Small blind versus cutoff. That gives us an open-ended straight flush draw now. And the second nuts, incidentally. So, King 5-3, huh? Let's see. I have a feeling we chose wrong. Yeah, didn't we just? This is just a fold and it's not even close to it. Or close to anything. Board pairing. Might have him check behind. And we're still good. Neato. How about you call and we squeeze? Alright, do just that then. Single raise pot, blind versus blind. I called on the flop a smallish bet. We have top pair, open-ender 2 pair outs. I'm still good. Hey, that's nice. We have aces and get 3 bet here. Here he bets once more, really small again. Have a great kicker. Let's do it for this price. Do you see clicking buttons? Not quite. It's not nice, but we do have the double gutter. SBR is 1, money is going in here always. Also we blocked the straights. A little bit. Here things are interesting as well. This would bet twice on a flush board earlier. We get a fold, that's huge. I love that. Can we take it down here as well? I love betting on flush boards. Wonder what with. What do you have here and what did you have the last hand? We neglected to check that out. I should have potted it against her. So he had 10-8, 5, 10-8, 7, 5 on that board just there. This gentleman here. So he had 2 pair, 3 pair on the river, I guess. And absolutely no clubs. 1 club. Chatterline. What was the other hand? There he had... Huge nothing. So stabby dude. It's gonna get the note, stabby dude. For now. So we can expand on that a little bit. Get raised here. Alright. Not great, but getting a good price. Not sure if I should, against just one raiser, I don't think I'm ever folding that. I also don't think I'm supposed to. Maybe I'm supposed to fold a little bit more against 2 people, because multivariate this hand isn't doing great. There's some connectivity, we draw to the second nut flush. Let's check it out against 1 raiser. Just the King Queen Jack 7, right? On the button. More aces. King Queen. Yeah, it's a raise fold. Wait, no, we were perfectly suited. Hey, speaking of things that are perfect, get 3-bet once more with aces. Quite awesome. So let me check out that hand. Were we suited to the king? I believe we... Yeah, we were. We were. Then it's a raise call, incidentally. Just one person. Have a 3-bit folding range? Nope. Not in this spot, at least. Same story. Money is going in. For exactly the same reason. SPR is 1. Block the top set. Don't block straight draws, but yeah. Take all of that as it comes. Have a backdoor flush draw. Also block 2 pairs, like Queen 8, Queen 7. And it's up to fate what happens here. This is nice. Shorty, we need to start marking out shorties. We get another fold in a spot like this, which is just huge. So playing 3-handed is not my strong suit, heads up, even less so. But what is a pity is that we are on 2 tables that are 3-handed, and on both of them we have a short stack that has 50 big blinds or less, significantly lowering the value we can get on these tables. Good night and good luck. Thank you very much for checking out the channel, Valeriate, I guess. Making 2 pair now with a nut flush blocker against a shorty. This is a great board for our hand. You get a fold. This is a great board for our hand. Yeah, we're not going to be shy about betting and, if need be, getting the money in. We take it down right away. That's awesome once more. To check this one out. Well, pair and a nut flush draw. Money again is going in. Much the same reasons as earlier. Nice, getting a lot of folds in these spots. That's sweet. Online, that's pretty nice. So A743 was the deal there. Button. No, the A765, 5-4 get raise called. That part I knew. 4-3 not so much. Probably good idea not to do it as well. In that case, adhering to the solver. Smart to me. Bringing us up to only being down less than a buy-in for the session, like 40 bucks. Some potential there. Lindsay Hizzle, welcome back, Lindsay Hizzle. Nice chill stream now. Yeah, it really wasn't last week, was it? Welcome back, Lindsay. Good to see you again. Yeah, definitely more. Much more of a relaxed stream now. So, without a heart, I don't know. Betting is not horrible either, I feel. But let's not this time. It's large himself. We take one off, depending on what happens on the turn. We are gonna pot it ourselves. This one we're not potting. With straights out there, which we're not blocking at all. But does give us, on top of our 2 pair, a jack-high flush draw. It's not a board for me, that's for sure. I have absolutely no idea what the appropriate response to that is. Instead of throwing up in my mouth a little bit. I don't know. Let's go with it. Prepare in the flush draw. You have it? No, he has a set though. How do you bleed out the set now? Wow. But good for him. What a nice pot there. Damn it. He climbed back up so well. Fun move sometimes to come over the top. Once more, the gutter. Eh. Fun move denied. Actually, I think we're down a buy-in I was taken earlier. We're down pretty much the same amount that we're now. Yeah, that's correct. We're down a buy-in for the day. Actually, a little bit more too. A little less than 1.5 buy-ins down. Okay, okay. I'll take it. Let's put those 7s to good use. Cheap. Made a very, very nice call earlier in the spot where we bluffed with just a top pair, top kicker on a straight board. This time she lets it go though. I'm all for that. So how have you been, Cleansy Hazel? Did you have a good weekend? Mine certainly was excellent. Hope the same is true for you. Hey, they're playing a decent one. Talk anything of relevance? A little bit, nah. Like all the shorties are now full stacks once more. Can we get aces? Got a nut flush blocker. Let's start by checking here. Backdoor flush draw as well. The bet size I might not fold because of, you know, bluffing potentials. That's one we can take. Now we are folding against any reasonable bet size. Yep, certainly qualifies. A pair and a gutter. No, not a gutter. Open ender. More aces on table 1. Let's try again. Limp. Limp raise. Let's try it. No, that's no big deal. Then we playing a small one. Sandwiched 2 pair, nut flush blocker. Start betting now. Telling a story now in case a spade hits. There are hard hits. It hits hard. Take it down. More nice cards on table 1. Make 2 pair here, right? Blockers, but blockers are not too exciting. We do have some showdown value, even 4 ways. Especially with us blocking the nut straight. So we do. Taking it down. Open under nut flush blocker. Actually a little bit of a low wrap going on. That's the nuts with a flush redraw. Nice. Something unusual where I just open limped. But it's a nice splash and I would love to be part of it. And only unless he comes over the top, I still can. Lest you think I do this habitually, I do not. Love to see a turn. Yeah. What would I do if this guy calls? If he folds, I will call. Can't bet enough to get us out here just yet. Some future blockers. That's the second nuts for us right there. Let's get us some rakeback, why don't we? Speaking of which, yeah, the rakeback days have begun. That is a decent one. We're gonna bet and we get raised. We are gonna call and hope it's a blocker play. Down here, and raise it up here. Blind versus blind with kings. The casino for hot PLO action. You're going to play live. Oh, do tell us how that ends. I love hearing that. Where are you from again, Clean so I just know how horrible the rake is gonna hit you. As in, if you're in Europe, of course, it is gonna hit you rather horribly. But from what I hear, the games are still profitable. Especially PLO. Yeah, man, awesome. Looking forward to how that goes. And nothing against the uneventful weekend. Quite often means relaxing. Right. Okay, 6 high flush draw, let's not. Which purely bluffing. We do have some equity, which is why it would suck if we get raised. Going to the second nut flush, but we do take it down. What I mean by that is I wouldn't bet it always. Far from it, to be exact. But I did find another 5-handed table, which means I might ditch this one, lose aggro. Well, everybody's gonna be lose aggro on a 3-handed table. Yeah, I think I'll ditch this one. On her. Yeah, whatever. To the casino for hot PLO action. I envy you. I used to dream after I came back from Canada, like literally dream at night of a casino opening near to me, like a poker room opening in my neighborhood. It was always so disappointing waking up. Back then I was still a limit hold'em player mainly. I actually could have afforded to go to the casino with my bankroll and play limit. Right now I wouldn't for PLO. Would be my bankroll to be much larger. For 50 cents, I mean, it's a completely ugly hand, but it's double suited. And we do hit the bottom set, what do you know? I also have a gutter to wait both backdoor flushes. Alright. Ace is up here. If we get raised, we are gonna come over the top, I think. We're doing fine against the flop wheel. Table over here. Let's. How do we pair with the aces? How we fair is rather nice. Pairing the flush draw against a shorty. Going with it. Sure, there's some 5-7s he shows up with every while. This time. Against the full stack, I might have checked there a lot. Also a good one, giving us a gutter, blocker to broadways, and a nut flush draw with the top pair. We're going for the check raise here, I believe. What do we know about this guy? Stabby dude. Oh, sweet. Like stabby dudes. Yeah. This ace king we're doing fine. Against sets we're doing fine. So let's get it in if he wants to. He does want to indeed. Is king confirmed? Too bad, too bad, too bad. Fair enough. With the extra money and in position for the rest of the hand, ugh. Guess if everybody calls, I'm calling, otherwise I'm letting it go. Hey, that one nice board. Wow, he comes over the top. Well then. Oh, I wish it was a rundown. I would put it in here. Boards? Man, that would have been ugly, because we're almost always behind here, right? This one down, let's watch. Finland. Oh, Finland. Okay, rake is 10 euro, that's not bad. 10 euro max, you know, coming from Germany, that's not bad at all, where the rake cap is around 25 euros. Fun players. Not blinded, refuse huge decks or get bored. Awesome! What better does it get? Life is so much more fun. Yeah, agreed. Even though in the early positions you have to fold a whole lot. Try again with, yeah, aces. Kings. Okay, so... Fine, you should fold against him coming over the top. Fair enough. You have aces up here, take it down. Take a small one down here. Ace King Jack 10 double suited on table 1. Fine. And it was slightly a bummer losing that one. It is what it is. Dealer has been kind enough to us many times today, so meh. I would assume we're not getting raised much here. Nice. Top here, gutter. Some future blockers. Ah, this would have been a fine one to bet now. The 3-bet here. No. For this bet sizing, maybe not. Not for this bet sizing, but in this pot size. Expected not to bet the pot because I have don't have a single spade. You have top and middle and an open ender. That's a pity. Okay, okay. You do you guys. Be that crazy. Have to overcome that. So here, elected to cold call. Don't think it's completely horrible. It's really small. Right, how about an 8 of spades? As long as you're wishing for something. There it is, the 8 of... no. And even bets that small. Okay, if he calls, we actually might have to call with our other. Too funny. Hey, they're playing in D. Seems. Okay, we got down to 300 once more. Let's see if we can find a full one. Yep. No, actually no. Damn it. I'm going to go to top here though. Queen, queen, 8-8. Got a nice future blockers though. Took it down with the 3-bet. I'm calling because of the bluffing potential on a 8-7. Not anymore though. Aces. Checking some tables. But none of them are a must-sit-down table. More aces for us down here. Let's see how we pair with them. Start off by checking. We don't have much of relevance on this board. Is that a really good or really bad card? Not a great flop for us here either. We are blocking things like ace-king at least, though. we're still checking behind. Ends up checking if she bets. Sure. Okay, apparently made up my mind really quickly. And not a good card either. Although we do block that one straight that's out there. Holding 6 ourselves. Alright, alright, alright. So session's not going great. We got when the money went all in. When we went all in, we did so quite nicely. We're down like 3-ish buy-ins. More aces for us. Back our way into the nuts here. Yeah, so certainly some spots where I misplayed, but all in all, I can't be too mad at myself. Or at anyone, really. Wow, we got raised, really? We are gonna... Aces took it down pre, by the way. We're gonna tank here for a long time and then put it in. Doubt it'll help us get called, but... Oh. Sit and goes. That's a question I have not considered in the past. Because I know sit and goes are the next game type that's being added. Fold. That's an excellent question. Here with the gutter the blocker for 100 BB. Might be even ahead of the flop straight. Not doing horribly against it. Yeah, I think we're going with it for BB. Cool. Get more aces, this time accompanied by 10s and single suited. About the sit and goes. That's an excellent question. I really have a ready answer for that. I don't know. He might. We flop nice with aces for a change. Top set blockers. Would love to get raised at this point. Yeah, I think so. I think I would add some sit and goes here and there. Sure. The few I've played seemed profitable. Just go for one bet and then very likely let it go. I will also be adding more tournament days in the future as well. Maybe like one dedicated tournament day. Tournament day, yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Really? Damned. Let it go. I mean, if he calls, we get it. Where? Okay, never mind. Whew, thank you for that, sir. He flopped the middle set. Gonna go for the check raise. Yeah, money. How can you check? And I should have led here. Probably. Nah, you know what? Nah, I like to check raise better. Just saying that because it got checked through, I think. You fold again? What? What? 150 splash, we get more aces. This is the aces table currently. Obliges. Weird wood beats. It can be Sabrina some magic. No. Take it down. Don't mind if I do. Mark out the short stackers, of which there's only one, luckily. And 29 entries at PLO 50, that is rather nice. Stack up a 6th table, because why not? No, sorry, a 5th. Bring it over whenever something exciting happens there. Whoa, what's happening? Eat 555! Welcome back to the channel. Well, today is so far the 3rd day where we are down. Well, yeah, not yet. We lost 2 days. This one isn't officially over just yet. And besides that, hang on, aces to play. And besides that, the results from including yesterday are that we are 31 binds up. If today ends like it is, like it currently is, then we would be still up 28 binds. Do keep in mind that of these 31 binds, 14 have been courtesy of a huge splash pot. Although that evens out as well, because the same in the very next day we got 3 more huge splashes. And lost, you know, didn't win any of those, so we we invested 3 binds in that. But all evens out. More aces. And today we're down. I misplayed some small and medium pots. Some large ones too, I think. But so far, mostly it's the dealer being depends. It certainly could be flattered. But at 100 BB, effectively, what we are against most players, never a mistake to come out the top. Just take it down once more. Perfect. Yeah, and had a huge week last week. I think you were there, right? I don't know. Excuse me if you were there and I forgot. Just so much going on. The huge giveaway week and all that jazz. And so even though right now it's a smaller stream, which I don't mind at all, don't get me wrong. The last couple of streams have been really busy in the afternoon. Wait, did I erase this? But if I need to check this one out if it's kosher, it's probably not horrible. I might actually be able to call here. The 10-9-8 combo is alright, even though we're triple suited. See a flop. Pair, back to flush draw. Definitely not a board that will keep him from c-betting all that often. And so the sizing, that's a good one. Putting a flush draw out there and might slow him down a little bit. That's perfect bet sizing now. I'm not gonna turn my hand into bluff, no need to. There's potential there. Right, second nuts. With us holding 3 hearts, makes it less likely that he made a backdoor nut flush there. Icon, hey, welcome back. This here, Icon. Fold and take it down. to pair, huh? Draw your board. It's an open-ender. Take one off. I fold here almost always. Hey, Defan, how did your session go? Good to see you, my friend. Welcome back. Welcome everybody to the channel. In case you haven't been here before, my name is NutRaisin. I'm playing PLO 50 now, since I moved up 2 weeks ago. Things are on the whole going rather nicely. Here I got a cheeky bluff through, by the way, as well. The raid equity might be real. I can use some since I'm down for the day currently. Roughly 3 buy-ins, I believe. I would have to check up on it. Yeah, welcome over everybody. I do this full time. I'm here currently 6, soon only 5 days a week. And appreciate the raid a lot. Looks like I have to do everything by myself since no mod is here. So huge shout out to the fan. In case you don't know the fan, you definitely should. He is playing mid and high stakes, no limit, plays up to NL 500 on RunItOnce and presumably other sites. And yeah, you know, subsequently there's always huge action on this channel. And a very nice channel it is at that. Now you got to stream 40 hours or so to raid me back again. Thanks for the good luck, Defan. Not gonna do anything but check behind. Against just a big blind, I would see bet here a lot. Not necessarily always, but a lot. If they check again, I'm go for a bluff. Yeah, how did your session go, Defan? Did you turn your evening session around? Because I heard your afternoon session or morning session were going well. One down, one to go. Also, I don't, necessarily always bluff here. This time I do end up taking it down. The rate equity might be real. Let's not jinx it. Shut up about it. So we're sitting on 4 tables. I have a 5th table open on the side, which I'll bring over whenever something exciting happens. One double up, but ran well at 5-10 on the other side. Awesome! So you made it all back? Huge congratulations to the fan. Actually up for the day. What did I tell you? This guy has a lot of action on his channel. Nice. I just pot it now because no shot on value at all. It makes sense though. I guess the queen jack, queens. Pretty much it. Yeah, get called here. This one, yeah, I'm not very surprised. Kings, yeah, fair enough. Also blocking queens. Maybe we have aces. Let's see how we fare. Yeah, that one was probably less ideal to bluff on. Didn't make a lot of sense. I'll have a horrible flop where we at least have to block the nut flush, which we might be able to put to good use down the road. Interesting one up here, top and bottom, and the same nut flush blocker. Take it down there. Check here, both pairing. Passive, gentlemen. The nut flush blocker is really not valuable anymore since it's tough to come over the top on a paired board. Hoping to get a hand out. We're gonna let it go. Here things are a little bit more joyous. We flop the bottom set, kind of blocking our outs a little bit, holding a deuce as well. Backdoor nut flush draw, backdoor gutter, I guess. Easy spot. I don't know. Out quickly by this gentleman on a rainbow board. Board is nice. Nut flush out there, nut flush draw, that is. Get raised, the money's going in. Sweet. So how are we doing for the day? Some odds where we got the money in decently. What have we been doing since? We're down less than 3 buy-ins, 2.5 I think. He bet into a lot of peeps. You're gonna let it go with just a 9-high flush draw. Yeah, very happy to hear that you got it all back and then some, the fan. Ran well at 510, huh? Man, 510 is... that's proper high stakes. Double gutter is here. None of which would be to the nuts. No pair. Go back to flush draw. In short, nothing terribly exciting. This is... oh, okay. One of the better turns, I would think. Start by checking here, we're never folding. Yeah, we're not coming over the top either. Still not terribly inclined to fold. Might get iffy on the river. Alrighty. Here goes. One of... I think it beats us. Oh! Oh! Well, that didn't help. Nah, I keep getting the money in decently a lot of the time, so not... yeah, you probably just heard, don't need to repeat it. So that brings us down to 3.5-ish binds. That part, I think... could be worse. First stream was fun, and this one is very enjoyable as well. Just the results are not that great currently. We'll see how it checks out, how the day ends. And turn around really quickly. Can get worse really quickly too. Either potting or checking. Next time I'm in an either potting or checking spot, I will do the latter. Check it. So now the rakeback week has begun, where we get 60% rakeback. This time with a twist, half of that goes into our account directly, and only 30% of the 60% rakeback go towards the splash pots. Nice hand, he says. And I say. I guess he wanted to call. And he's puking. Here he is. Let's take one off. Here, that's a shorty. Putting it in with the open-ender and the overpair. Most likely not in great shape, and against... too bad. So right away on the turn, we were not doing horribly. Had he been deeper, I wouldn't have been in this hand, and actually, I would have been in this hand, but I would have followed the flop. YOLO. That was a fine flop for you. Wait. Jack, Jack, 9-6, single suited? No, I shouldn't have been in this hand at all. Oops. Not make a habit of that then. Pair to backdoor flushes. Let's take one off. Not helpful. Pair on a rainbow board. That looks a little bit nicer. That's top two. Taking it down, very welcome sight. Take one off, see what happens on a turn. Also, I folded quite a lot on the flop. Well, on the other hand, this is a single raise pot. I'd still be not doing horribly. In a 3-bet pot, I would fold. Maybe, sometimes. Yeah, not good. And that is not a raise under the gun. I know I made some mistakes recently. Wouldn't make that one though. This one I hope I was showing the right table, by the way. I hope I was showing this one. Here I have absolutely no clue. I think that was suited. I'm gonna fold it to re-raise. Let's check this one out. What the solver approach is here. Double suited is probably fine. But I don't know. It's fine. It actually is a raise call. I'm still gonna fold it because that's what I said before looking it up. Go pair and both backdoor flushes. Let's see if we get to see a nice turn, maybe. Apparently not. Not blocking anything of relevance. Well, I was gonna fold anyway. Folding for sure. Button maybe a raise fold is okay. Clear call here, but not as well. few times where I might not want to c-bet after having bet. I was not gonna fold, so let's button. That's rather nice, especially specifically since we're blocking the nuts so heavily. So what do we have? Queen, queen, king, 9. Perfect. A perfect raise fold. So that was correct. Here I came in for the squeeze. Let's see how that treats us. That is fine as well. Gets a late position opener. So good one. Rarely do I choose this bet sizing out of position. Hoping I can do something. Oh, okay. Yeah, we're down somewhere around 5 binds. Wait. Aces first. Yeah, around 5 binds. Okay, okay. Hey, that might help. Get 3-bet. On the ace is queen 10, single suited. Quite a nice hand. Just put it in, sir. Put it in. Just cards? Fair enough. Ugh. It's definitely the unexploitable to just go all in here. We still might check here again. Not getting snapped? Yeah, that's no good. King high flush draw, not getting out of this. 5-5, cannot fault him for that. Checks now. Blocking the nuts. Holding top set and an open ender. Down. About that spot there just now. I don't know. See what happens on the river. I mean, the blockers are not going to give up, so I'm not sure. No, never mind the value hands. Your turn should have been made. Wow, no, that's really small. Ugh. Iffy. Two 3 binds is a good minute for you. Well, right now it's going in the wrong direction. Down 6-ish binds, I think. It's all streets. Small. Don't see that with blockers a lot. I think I'll let it go. I think just giving it up on the turn might have been the way to go. Was I showing the correct table? It might not have been. If so, I apologize. 3 is a good minute for you. Sometimes. Sometimes it is. Certainly had some decent runs in the past. Also compared to your awesome month. Yeah, I really can't complain a lot. Even should this stay. And with us being down. That's true. Call, I confess. Yeah, I think it's probably fine. Ace is here. Alright, are we deep against this gentleman? Nope. So I don't mind coming over the top. Betting an option here as well. Taking this one down. Ah, but we're splitting it. Oh. It raised here, that's curious. Not giving up just yet. Open ender on top, so less likely that we're giving up. Hey, this is a nicer spot here. We get 3-bet with aces here, we're just checking it down. Hope we're still good. Whew. With the aces. Hey, we get to put it all in, alright. It gets kings, come on, be nice, be nice. That looks good, he only has 2 outs, and we are good, taking one down. Very nice. Got checked now, which is curious. Again, so are we good? Check 3 with a flush draw. Fair enough. So did I call there when you said call icon? Was that there were a bunch of big spots just now. I know I called on one, I'm not sure if it's the one you were referring to. They're playing a decent one. On the table just in view, I'm just gonna let it go. So with that, we're down still around 5 points, just a tad over. Got some money back there though. Sweet. Looking to possibly replace tables which are not all that awesome during the afternoon. The tables have been really sweet right now. The spots are far in between, I feel. Curious for this time of night. Those are kings down here. Then we're definitely squeezing. I think with double suited kings we're squeeze calling. On it. Pair, flush draw over pair. All right. Let's see what you got. Bit of flush. Oh, gets there right away. The turds. Come on, dude. Yeah, you had a pair in the... Yeah, fair enough. Alright, we have a decent hand down here. Let's see what we can get going with that one. Ah, that was nasty. Not all day. Not all day. Didn't get the money in horribly there either. Blocking his flush draw by holding our own. Having the overpair to the board. Block us 2 straight draws. Yeah, this we don't mind horribly. We could put it all in. Wonderful. Top 2 open-ender. Both backdoor flushes. Surprised if he doesn't put it all in. Cool. Come on, don't do it to us. Doesn't do it to us. Confirmed. Nice. Yep, the 3-bet. Okay. So up and down, huh? One buying down, one buying up. Still down 5 for the day. Now deep on 2 tables though. So might change one way or another. A little bit more quickly now. Which one was I gonna look up? Right, the King 7-4 double suited. Up the nuts here. Be cautious on the flop. So we were in the big blind, we were squeezing a late position open. The call. Are we raise calling or raise folding? With the 7-4 we are raise folding. Bunch of hands we are raise calling. Some of them we are raise raising. Namely the one that have an ace. Not closing the action, but let's hope we don't get raised. Goes root king, queen, queen, deuce. Not flush draw on a pair from the board. I feel we know this gentleman. We've seen him on other tables. Yeah, folding. Not just yet. I assume both of these are gonna call, or at least one of them. Trip ace is down here, really. Alright. Suited to the ace stone, but the queen makes it not a completely horrible hand by any means. Well, it's aces. How bad can they be? Let's go with the bluff here. I think it's a horrible spot to do it in. We don't have no blockers of relevance, but I think she has way more aces sets and stuff like that now. Not this. 2 pairs. Thinks that she can fold. Hopefully she will do so. Would be a bummer if she didn't. Fold it, lady. Today is not your day. What am I bluffing here with, really? Getting excited. Come on, we've seen a lot of time, you know, huge timeouts, huge timing downs that got called. Just fold it this time. Nice. Whew. Oh, that went rather well. Give it a few, just to get her thinking. Might be a bluff few. Nice hand, she says. And nice hand to you. Not being sarcastic. Hey, there's some money going in here. Blocking anything of relevance? We do. Curious. Top two. Not a fun turn. Check in a moment. Missing anything here? Nope, not yet. Without a heart, we're not giving it up. Hey, Ace is over here. That's a welcome surprise. And we get raised. Awesome. So far, so good. Alrighty. Here goes nothing. Get to put it all in. Wow. Oh no, here's the flush draw. That's a good card for us. Come on. I think we're good. We are good. We are good. Shall we? Smash pot, go for the open fold. So a step in for the bankroll. Been mildly helpful. Down less than 4 binds now. Actually, it's like less than 3.5. Nice. I'll take it. Open up an additional table, so we're now actually sitting on 6 tables. I feel I can deal with that for now. I'll move them over whenever something exciting happens. "37 entries in the pool. How's No Limit doing?" You know what? Not completely horrible. There's a bunch of No Limit 4 tables. And there are probably one table at No Limit 10, 20, and 200. Sweet. That part here now. Locking nuts, having 2 pair. Locking hearts and spades a little bit too. Alright, Jack, Jack, 10, 8. Other hand, I'm not entirely sure, but I think if he raises, we can come over the top. Let me check that out. Not folding if he re-raises now, naturally. So, and if he opens, I think this one is a raise fold. You know what, with the Jack 10 combo, it might even be a raise call. Big blind, I am c-betting this quite a lot. Small blind, not so much. Jack, jack. No, wait, was it? Jack 10, 10, 8, right? Or jack, jack? Jack, jack 10, 8. No! Jack, jack 10, 9 is a raise fold. In the small blind versus a button open, like the hypothetical spot that I was talking about. Good to know. Get down there, take it down on table 4. Hey, that's nice, giving us a flush. See if he wants to bluff or value bet a better flush. Either way, we're not folding. As we bet now. Sweet. Chipping up a little bit here and there. Also took down some pots pre-flop that I didn't have time to show while other things were going on. Slowly moving into the right direction. Here, take it down on the end. The aces, huh? Queen 10-5. What are we supposed to do if this guy opens? Are we coming over the top as a raise fold? We might. This is a spot where I've been calling way too much in the past instead of coming over the top. Let's check up. Yeah, exactly what we do. Raise fold. Top 2. Big blind. Let's start by checking a lot of turns that are kind of ugly. Bluffing opportunities here on a queen or ace. Or 9. Checks. Hope we're not up against king 10 then. But 10s is not helping. Top pair, open ender. Also not very helpful at 8. Alright. Nope. Curious to see what happens. The extra tables, we have aces. I get action, I'll move it over. Top got checked. Raise pot, take it down on the turn. Oh no, okay. Alright, with the extra money, go for the raise fold. Happily behind. Smitty, hey, I read about that. And I don't know what to think. Yeah, I honestly don't know what to think in that case. It's a good question. I don't want to sound too mean, but I have a feeling if PokerStars does it these days, it's probably better for PokerStars than it is for the players. I read some interesting pro and counter arguments for it. Hang on. Supposed to fold it. Yeah, I read about it. Welcome back, Smitty, by the way. I have no own thoughts about it. Some of the counter arguments I read are pretty compelling. So on the basis of what other people have said about it, I would be against it. But again, I have no own thoughts about it at this point. Except that what I said, that if PokerStars is doing it, probably better for stars. Yeah. Maybe RunItOnce will do it too. Also a good question. If I'm hoping for it, but yeah, I don't know. I really don't have an. I would love to have an opinion about it, but I don't. To be honest. Nope. All right. It's probably too thin to come over the top. Not. No, actually, it's kind of not folding to a re-raise at this point. Suits, we have decent connectivity, and it is just a call. So that part is fine, and we're gonna call once more, closing the action. Gonna be in position for the rest of the hand, which matters a little bit because we're deep against each other. Well, it still matters. There's the R is not ludicrous. We won't be able to see a turn here. C-bet is pretty much always, yeah. Can't do it. Yeah, he has a very decent draw. Gets there right away. Wow, jeez. Wow. Got her into fluff draw. Alright. Bottom set on a straight draw. We have a vector nut flush draw as well. A boss! Nice to see you here, boss! Let's go to check here for now. Not blocking anything of relevance. Doesn't really change much. Change the nuts. Gives us a gutter though. Sure about the spot with the gutter. Without it, I'm folding this like a flash. Give us enough equity. Let's go for a very, very optimistic call here. Yeah, make it go at this point. Reducing irrariance doesn't seem good in the long run. Yeah, it doesn't seem so great to me either, to be honest. Nice splash, but we cannot deal with that. Yes, it's a bitch, but you have to take it like a man. Hey, you know, that's what PLO is all about. Take extra rake if you use it. Yeah, they will. They take 1% of your equity. More rake is better. Yeah. It's poker stars in a nutshell these days, isn't it? 41 entries at PLO 50 late at night. Yeah, it's 1:15. What is it? It's Wednesday now? Yeah. That ain't bad at all. On a new extra table, we have a very decent hand. The Ace Ace King Jack single suited, so let's see what ends up happening there. Down there. Bunch of straight draws on the board. Not flush draw, rather not fold at this point. Hey, that's nice. But running 30 binds below can be frustrating to almost everyone. Yeah, it certainly is. It certainly is. Matter of fact, I had a spot like that not too long ago, where I ran pretty much exactly that, like even a little more, 35 binds over not such a large sample either. Then again, at least in Pocket Tracker, the way EV is calculated is flawed to say the least, so you can take it as an indication. Your Pocket Tracker user, but shouldn't take it as much more. Backdoor flush draw, bottom gutter. Some 2-pair outside are sometimes good. Let's take one off. Alright. Never dead at this point. I don't know, man. Don't know. A little bit too much money in here to consider folding. Much to beat. Yeah. Certainly not beating the nuts on that board. What a pity. What's up in the chat? Micromanage will be different. There is that. I hadn't considered that. That's not a bad point. Longer before they activated 24 hours short. Also an interesting question, yeah. Got it to the nuts and a nut flush blocker. Well, that means we are more than 5 binds down now. Oh well. Still doing mighty fine for the month. He ended on a sad note then. So be it. Here's something happening over here. Hey, we would have made quads. We shouldn't have been in this hand though. Not an open from MP, so don't regret nothing. Oh, you cash it out directly into your account, eh? It's not landing in your stack. Don't consider that either. Good. Oof. Open ender and a flush draw on an ace-high board and 3-bet pot. Kinda depends on his bet sizing here. It should be rather large, I don't know. Anyway, it goes for half pot, that we can call. And I have flush. This is down here. With a suit and activity there. It's half pot, very tight. Ugh. Pairing. Wait, either. Yeah. Might be a money saving card. Blind versus blind, we're not folding through days. Especially one with decent connectivity. But it started today. I think I do, boss. Yeah, I do, because the splash pots are still there, even though they happen less frequently. Which I kind of mourn, but fair enough. But getting more rake back, and some of it just variance free in my account, might actually be the best of both worlds, and might be appealing to a lot of players that were previously miffed about the way rakeback is being distributed on RunItOnce. So I think I do like it. I like it personally, and I think it might be really good for the site. Yeah, you shouldn't be taking the if you're a pro player, I agree. We have some interesting spots. We have a top set here. And we have this one where we got 3-bet and we have 2-pair and a gutter vector flush one. I think this is the kind of board where I just put it in. We're blocking the nuts as well, and he's not showing up with the hand that beats us here a lot. He does. We have some outs. Aces took it down, by the way. All right, that's wait, no, that's not good for us. Ah, got counterfeited on the turn right away. Oh, horrible. Not our day. Wait, what? I limped this one? I didn't mean to limp. Jesus. Maybe I'm well advised just calling it a session soon. I mean, if it's not going my way, I don't need to force it, really. Make 2-pair here now. Gets the big blind. Wait, everybody folded? In a €3 splash? How did any of that work? It's easy to like since more rakeback than before, yeah. I think we're taking it down often enough. No, I made a 2-pair on the river. Alright. We make the nuts here in position though. Sell a bluff. Sell it as a bluff, I mean. I think we got called there, did we? Oops. The wrong table. But there are some nice future blockers. Nah, we'll just let it go. In a 3-bet pot where yeah, it's 3-bet, alright. We up the current nuts. Just gonna pot it here. Turn that doesn't counterfeit our hand. And he was drawing that this time. Nice, take one back. It's a good feeling. A little less than 6 binds down now. Oh well. Let's see, we're up 31, we were up 31 previously. We'll still be up 25 binds over the last 2 weeks at PLO 50, if that's how the day ends right now. I'm a little bit unsure what we were up before. We must have been up something because, you know, we were able to move up. I have to check my records, what we were up for the whole month. It's not horrible, by any means. I shall definitely be very curious about to see how much direct rakeback there is going to be hitting my account. Arrange the tables a little bit more nicely. Here we go. Nope. Small blind. Denied. Denied, you say. Calling with top 2. Yeah, can't fault him for that. Nice call. But seeing that we had absolutely no showdown value, I don't mind going for the bluff. Hey, we get very nice aces on one of the extra tables. Aces with queens and a suit. Just fine. Have a race. Wow, wonderful. Let's put it all in here in a moment. And take it down. So this gentleman has a 3-bet folding range there. Take a note on that. I'm not sure if I, with the gaps, make this 6, a 7 or 9. I'm coming over the top for sure. Is this specific hand? I frankly don't know. What? Well, now we're never folding. Ace is on another table. Of some action ensues there. So let's check it out for the button versus cutoff. No, button versus, I guess, MP, since one guy's missing. Here, got our flush draw. We're not folding here, I think. Just to see what happens. Make the nuts with the redraw over here. Here's also a very nice one, board pairing. Alright, let's check back. Check is quite nice. Yeah, that means we're not taking this one down. It's in the tank, but we end up taking it down here. Nobody's betting. Yeah, I'm not going to go for any sort of bluff though. Nah. Yeah, aces. Why the hell are you not betting that river? Interesting. We've done some small, medium pots on off-screen tables. Hey, that's pretty nice. And a bit large, because there's a bunch of draws. Some we block. But folding up is tough when you have a pair. Nice. So what was it? Big blind versus late position squeeze, right? A hand on table 1 there. Where the gentleman ended up winning with aces. Jack 10, 8, 6 it was. It still is a raise. It still is a squeeze, and it is a squeeze call. Very interesting. More aces for us on a side table. TwitchBot! Good to see you, TwitchBot. And the boss. Not a great turn. Could have seen you back in the channel, boss. He bets large, we're letting it go. Fair chance we're good here. Ace, take it down and just... Wait, no, wait, what? Oh, queen 8. Okay. Was? This is one where we're coming over the top quite happily. Not fall into a 3-bet either. Well, 4-bet it would be in this case. Alright, let's flop well. That qualifies. Certainly qualifies. Wonderful. You have outs? No. Not anymore. Neato, 1 buy and back, only down 5 at this point. A little less than. All is well-ish. February, did you take my money? Probably, since I'm down currently. Well, you just heard. How did your session go? I'll watch a bit, but probably fall asleep. I'll do my best to keep up that soothing voice. ASMR raising. ASM raising. If you guys don't know Kiperi, he is a coach for PokerStrategy.com, and for me a nuisance at the table since he knows what he's doing very, very well. He has been releasing videos and